Okay, guys, I said I would do number 4 and do a little recording of it. So I want to make sure that I give you guys just one more example of how to do solving rational inequalities. So we're going to start this problem just like we did the ones in class. We're first going to ask ourselves, is there a whole? When you do a whole, you're looking for matching factors. Matching factors. Okay, a matching factor here would be the x in the numerator and the x in the denominator. I'm surprised they're not in parentheses and they're not a factor. Yeah, they are. They can be a singleton like this. This here is x and x, so my whole is going to be at 0. Why is it at 0, not 1? Isn't x divided by? We're not dividing by them. What would make this 0 is 1. I'm sorry, is 0. Up here we had x plus 1 and x plus 1 that matched, and the whole was -1. It's basically what would make this 0. Okay? So that's interesting. Once that's a whole, it's gone. Boop, boop, bye-bye. So we're really dealing with this lovely guy here. All right, the zeros are from the numerator, and the vertical asymptotes are from the denominator. So my vertical asymptote here is at -6. And really it's x equals, okay. And my 0 is at +6. Sorry about that, just got a lovely email. All right, so at the ends of our number line, we're going to put our infinities. And then we're going to put these 3 values, because they're 3 important points, on our number line in order. We got -6, which is an asymptote. Asymptotes always get parentheses. So I'm going to put dot, 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 dot. 0 is a whole. So I'm going to put a whole here at 0. And 6 is a point, which is awesome because points can have brackets and all that awesomeness here. But I'm really lucky for this one because it's a parenthesis problem. There's no line, so it's a parenthesis guy. Woohoo! All right, so continuing on our journey, we're going to pick testing values, something between -6 and -infinity. We tend to always like friendly numbers like -10 or -5 or something like that, but -5 would be here, so I don't want that. Speaking of it though, I could pick it here between 0 and 6. I could do -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, whichever one you like. -3 seems like it would be kind of in the middle. Then between 0 and 6, I'm going to do +3, because why not? 6 and infinity, I'll do 10. All right. The whole is gone, so there are only 2 places to plug in x, so I need 2 parentheses. All right. All I care about is which sign wins. So if I put a -10 here versus a -6, it'll ultimately agree to both be negative. If I put a -10 plus 6, a -10 will be larger than the 6, so the negative will win. This is an even number. Remember, if it's an even number of negatives, it will be positive. And if it's an odd number of negatives, it will be negative. There are 2 here, so it is positive. Now I'm going to try -3. -3 and -6 both agree to be negative. -3 versus +6 wants to be positive. 1 negative is an odd number, so it's negative. 3 versus -6 is negative. 3 versus +6, they both want to be positive. It's an odd number, so it will be negative. Now let's plug 10 in. 10 versus -6, the positive 10 wins. 10 versus 6, they both want to be positive. This region here is positive. So this will be something like that. This will be something like that with a hole below, cross up. It kind of is like the last one we did as well. All right, so now we look at the inequality. It looks like an L. It is less than. So I want the negative regions. The negative regions are right here. use the numbers below. And right here, use the numbers below. I want to use parentheses. We only use brackets if we have the lovely line. Parentheses are the best because then I don't worry about who can and who can't, because parentheses, everybody can. The only thing that has restrictions are brackets. Sorry, I keep going back up here. Brackets can only be with the zeros. Everybody else gets parentheses, so only the 0 can get the bracket. But down here, I only want parentheses. So I'm going to go from -6 to 0. All about you, 0 to 6. And that's my final answer for this. All right, here's just another example for you to look at. Good luck in your work.